we move it out to wide receiver, Andrew. And we mentioned a few guys on the periphery that are moving on in Chase Lane and Chris Marshall. And of course, Chase Lane saw his productivity and reps deteriorate since a decent 2020 season. But for some reason, I think you may lead with a certain former 5-star when you talk about the wide receivers.
Yeah, so I think this was probably, of all the, A&M had, obviously it's been well documented that they had a lot of transfers this offseason. But I think one of the more important storylines is the guys that they were also able to keep. And I don't know that it gets talked about as much, but keeping Evan Stewart and keeping Moose Muhammad, and then having Anais Smith announce he's returning for another year. And I should have mentioned him as potentially factoring into that running back room as well, because I think you could see him. He's got experience playing that position, and I think you could see them maybe move around a little bit in Bobby Petrino's offense. But absolutely huge to keep Evan Stewart and Moose Muhammad and have those two guys returning. Both had over 600 yards receiving last year, and no question were two of the bright spots in the offense. And I think both guys are certainly capable of 1,000-yard seasons this year. And I think that's what has people really excited about this passing game. What can Connor Wigman do with a full season with Evan Stewart and Moose Muhammad? And can those guys start to build that chemistry? And then you look at a guy like Noah Thomas. I think he emerged late in the year a little bit. Folks around College Station are really, really excited about him. And then you bring in an experienced piece out of the transfer portal in Tyron Smith, who had over 1,000 yards at UTEP. And I think that could be kind of I think they're in a good spot, to be honest with you, at the slot position. When you look at Anais Smith, you look at Moose Muhammad and Tyron Smith, but it's a good example of adding depth to that room. You never know when you're going to need him. And I think he's an experienced body that has a chance to come in and be able to make an impact. And then you've got two high school signees in Micah Tees and Raymond Cottrell. And, both guys enrolled early, are on campus already. And so I think they've got a lot of guys that they can kind of turn to, but no doubt, I think folks around College Station are really, really excited about having Evan Stewart and Moose Muhammad and kind of building the offense around them, and Anais Smith as well.
Folks, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football. Give us a like as well. Follow Andrew's work at Gig'em247 Sports. And Andrew, you mentioned your podcast. Would like to give you a pop there as well.
Yeah, be sure to give us a follow on Gig'em, the Gig'em 24/7 Sports podcast. We right now during the off season are doing one a week. So, and then we'll kind of jump into two, but talk a little Texas A&M football, talk a little recruiting, talk about the basketball team, which is red hot right now and making a tournament run. So, be sure to give us a follow over there as well.